welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the Sideshow Collectibles, the Man with No Name 6-scale figure. Now of course this is based on Clint Eastwood in the film The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Now this was the last installment of the Dollars trilogy, because you know they had a fistful of dollars, then they had it for a few dollars more, then they had The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I have seen all three of the films. Now I must admit, and I picked this up from Sideshow Collectibles too as well, but I must admit I would have preferred the Dirty Harry figure. Oh, that's the one I really would have preferred, but I have missed out on it. But I'm hoping that they might restock it, but I know it was like a limited edition figure from Sideshow Collectibles. Even this particular figure is a limited edition too as well, because Clint Eastwood himself personally oversaw like these particular figures that they were making based on like some of his like films, you know. So I think that's pretty cool. But it is still cool to actually be able to have this particular figure as well anyway, you know. I'm still hoping I can get the Dirty Harry one eventually. But anyway, I'm finna get into this right now. So as you can see, this is the box that contains the figure right here. It has an image of Clint Eastwood on the cover, and it says The Man with No Name. I like the cover of it. And of course you can see it's based on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. They even have Clint Eastwood's like signature, like legacy collection. And there's like an image of him on the back too as well. And it says, for 3 men, the Civil War wasn't hell, it was practice. That's the scripture right there. Then as you can see right here, this is like a shot of the figure like on the inside. Right there with like its accessories. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this unboxed. And you get like a second tray which has like the stand and more accessories for the figure. And here's like the stand that you get with Sideshow. It also has a Clint Eastwood Legacy Collection right down the back. Instead in the front. Then of course you get your U-style stand right here too. And of course you know you just plug it on there. You know it goes up and down. Now I do know that these can break on you too, like the Sideshow Collectibles ones. I've seen these kind of break, so be kind of careful with these. Okay, now for the figure itself. So I'm going to put them on now. So you can see it has the plastic on them. I must admit I do like the simplicity of the Sideshow Collectible figures, like their own figures. So as you can see, here he is. The Man with No Name, or they call him Blondie. Yeah, he does have some weight to him. Well, he's kind of light. I know he is like tall too. Yeah, he's kind of light a little bit, but I know, oh, he does look kind of real tall though. I see he has some plastic around his neck too, but yeah, here he is. Okay, what I want to do first is measure the Clint Eastwood figure with Man with No Name. He does look pretty tall. I was hearing that they think he's like tall looking. So yeah, he is. He's actually like 13 inches in height. This figure, kind of most 6-scale figures are at 12 or just a little under it. So whoa, he is pretty tall here. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Like the likeness to Clint Eastwood, of course, that's kind of one of the most important things in the articulation. Yep. I must admit, this really does look like Clint Eastwood. You can't remove the hat or anything, but I think the likeness to him is pretty good on this figure. Looks very good. Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. I was kind of surprised that it does, because you know we all know about Sideshow Collectibles. Sometimes like the likeness doesn't really beat out on their figures. It just looked like that particular like actor or actress, you know, or character that was based on. But I do notice that this is a solid likeness to Clint Eastwood, especially from like certain angles and so on. He even has like the cigar in his mouth too, right there, as you can see. I think that's pretty cool. It's not removable, but I think that's pretty cool. So there's his hat. And as you can see, he has like this scarf like around his neck, and he has like this vest right here. It's a nice looking vest too. I'm not sure if it can be removed. He has like his bullet belt too, so you can see the bullets in his belt. And there are his belt buckles. There's shoes right there too. He has like these, I forget what you call these, like his boots. They don't span though, but he does have them there though. And of course there's like a gun holster right here too, like for his gun or pistol. But that's pretty cool. Even the body is, for my opinion, looks like Clint Eastwood. He has like that very like slim type skinny like build. And he is very tall too. Like I say, most of the 6 scale figures are like what, like 12 inches to like or like around 12 inches. They don't be really, you know, like 13 or anything. But this rail was like 13 inches, I guess, because they had too when you look at it. But I must admit, the clothing, it's a pretty good looking figure from Sideshow. I think they did a pretty good job on this. The likeness, like I say to him, is pretty good on this, in my opinion. Like his head, Clint Eastwood with blondie. It can turn left, right, up. Yeah, you can even look down too. His arms can go up like that. You can split. Oh, I do notice the leg looks to be kind of tight. But he does bend though. So I do notice the legs kind of tight, look like him. Of course, the feet can turn too and so on. He does have a bend like in the arms, so you can like bend the arms too as well. He even has the ab crunch. You can't bend him like that if you want. Let's see if he stays tied. Yeah, he even stays like that in that position. Yeah, I must admit, I'm impressed with this. I think Sideshow did a pretty good job with this, and I know Clint Eastwood was even there with them, like helping them put the figure together, you know. So I think that was pretty cool. Yep, I'm impressed with this. This looks awesome. I must be able to do like he's kind of like lightweight too as well. If you're not careful, you probably would fall over. But yeah, I'm impressed. I think this is a pretty solid figure. Another thing I'm going to touch on with this, I like the range of motion that Clint Eastwood has. You can actually put his hand all the way up to his cigar. So I think that's pretty cool that they did that. That it can go all the way up to that. I think that's pretty cool. Now I want to move on through the accessories that come with the Sideshow Collectibles 6 scale, that man with no name figure. Up first you get the pistol right here. So as you can see, this is how it looks. You can pull like the I forget what they call it, that piece right there, you can pull that back. Looks like this can open too, but I'm kind of scared of like bother it. This is how it looks. Then up next, because he only gets like 2 guns, then you get the rifle right here. I think this is pretty cool. It's pretty long too, as you can see. Then up next, you get this rock right here too as well. I must admit, it's a nice looking rock too. I think Sideshow Collectibles did a pretty good job on that. I'm not too sure how accurate it really is, but I think they did a pretty good job with it. Looks like a real rock. Then up next you get 7 alternate hands, but I guess you could say like a total of 9 interchangeable hands if you count the hands on the figure. Because you get like these 2 hands right here. You can tell these are for like I think probably like the rifle or the trigger, because you can tell they like trigger type hands. Even this one is like a trigger type hand, probably for like the pistol, but even the rifle, you know, it's like a right hand too. Then you get two fists, like a left and right. Solid fists too, nothing can't go in these. Then you get two kind of like relaxed hands. These probably for holding a rock too, if I'm not mistaken, because they look kind of let's see, like something can like be gripped in them. Yeah, you can actually hold a rock like this, I think, but you would have to hold it like that. Just give an example, but you get two of these relaxed type hands. Another thing I want to touch on too, like with the pistol, as you know, of course, right here you can take a Blondie or Clint Eastwood, and there's like this holster, and then you know it's pistol right here. It can go right in, so I think that's pretty cool. And as you can see, that's how it would look once you get it in there, like it's pistol. So you can just have it in this holster like that. So I think that's pretty cool. Up next, they have this poncho for Clint Eastwood or Blondie from the Man of No Day. It looks pretty nice too. So that's how I feel. It has this nice feeling to it. It's pretty large too, as you can see. Then you can turn it around. It has like the green side of it. It looks like, I don't know if it picks up well in the light, but that's how it looks right on this particular side. It's like a greenish color, but on this side right here it looks like brownish. And of course, I guess that's where the head will go through. So I'm going to try this on here. Now I must admit, the head does remove pretty easy. That's why I do like the Sideshow like figures, because the arms and all that kind of stuff can be removed very easily. I mean like the arms, but like the hands and so on can be removed very easily. I think I got this on right. So as you can see here he is with his tie, the poncho. I must admit this is pretty cool. Again, I'm not too sure exactly how accurate it is, even though I have seen all three films. As you can see, that's how he looks with the poncho on. It isn't no wire in it or anything either. So I must admit that's a pretty cool look for him too. Okay, there's the Sideshow Collectibles, the Man with No Name 6-scale figure. Now, of course, this is based on the final film in the Dollars trilogy, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, because you know we had a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more and so on, then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Because I have seen all three of the films, but yeah, this is based on that particular like final installment in the film. Now, I think Sideshow Collectibles did a pretty good job on this figure. I think the likeness to Clint Eastwood is kind of surprising, because you know, like a lot of the Sideshow Collectibles figures, it's like they don't really look like the particular like actor or actress, you know. Like the likeness doesn't be really strong with like a lot of like their figures and so on. Or even like something like the various like different like, you know, like the heroes and villains and all that kind of stuff don't really be too accurate a lot of times. But I think they did a pretty good job with this one. Like the likeness to Clint Eastwood, I think is done very well on this. And he does have like a decent amount of sensors. And I like the Sideshow Collectibles do still have like a simple like system with like where you could change out their hands and all that. I must admit, even myself, you know, that's very easy, like to change his hands, like in his head and all that. You ain't got to worry about it breaking and so on. It feels like very simple. And I like that they have that simplistic like nature to like their figures and so on. There's also like weathering like in his pants and so on. They look like dirty and like dusty and filthy and so on. Even like everything else. I think like the rock and all that is done pretty good. So it's a very solid figure. Now I must admit, I still, like I mentioned before, I would have preferred like the Dirty Harry figure from Sideshow Collectibles. I really wanted that so bad, but I have missed out on it. But yeah, I know it's limited too, so I'm hoping that they restock it though, even though it's like a limited figure. I know this has returned, that's why I picked this up from Sideshow Collectibles, and it has returned because it even sold out. But see, now that they have it back on. So yeah, because even this is supposedly like limited, and I know they have more Clint Eastwood figures like on the way too as well. They have like the Outlaw Josie Wells, I think that's how you pronounce it. Now I haven't seen that particular film. I plan on watching that one. But yeah, I'm definitely happy with this particular figure, especially, you know, I am a fan of like Clint Eastwood too as well. You know, I mostly prefer Dirty Harry. But I would definitely recommend picking this particular figure up. I think it looks pretty good. The likeness to Clint Eastwood is done very well in this figure. You can say blondie. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So this is my review for the Sideshow Collectibles, the Man with No Name 6 scale figure. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.